All right. So, welcome, Jayvanity. It's such a pleasure to have you here in the show. Here you have a central camera. You can talk to the camera if you want. And it's really, really nice to have you here because you are the first guest in the show that I don't know in real life. I just met you in the metaverse and actually in a party. How are you doing? How's
I'm
it
doing
going?
good. I'm doing good.
Awesome. So I know you've been working nonstop on this fashion event that is coming next month in August. You want to talk about it? You want to talk a little bit about your background and the things you've been working on?
Yeah, so my background, I used to model for 6 years and I'm bringing it back, but within the metaverse. And with the fashion event, I'm taking some traditional fashion week practices and I'm putting it and applying it to the metaverse. So not only people are getting the full experience, but they're getting the full experience from casting call to rehearsal to cuts to being an understudy to being a fill-in to all this big things, and we're turning it into a big production over at Guard Magazine Publications. And from there, they're becoming a part of the Guard Mag modeling team. They're also going to be part of like the modeling calls, like when other people need models for their products in Horizon and all this other stuff. So what I did was I hand selected 7 designers that were up to the Guard Mag quality and standards. And then from there, I'm hand making, well, not hand making them. I'm in Horizon, I'm building them a stage and a set and a whole modeling team and all this other stuff to model within that day that they're allotted and time that they're allotted for Fashion Week. So 7 designers in a whole week of fashion.
That's crazy. And I mean, I've seen you doing all these casting calls. So for those who don't know, in Horizon, people create separate alternative Instagram accounts, and everyone has an Instagram account for their avatars. And it's a whole community of 3D avatars just promoting their parties or their events. And you were even promoting your casting calls. Uh,
Yes.
so how has it been to do this crossover from real life fashion event to
It was quite
metaverse fashion event?
interesting. It was quite interesting because like yeah, the limitations of like not having legs, but at the end of the day, we still have like the torso up. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like one of
yeah,
those things where I can still teach people how to walk like a model and how to like pose
yeah,
and
yeah,
know
yeah.
their markers and their points. We just did a fashion film, and in that fashion film, I was teaching people blocking, which is the first
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
you do during rehearsal in theater, not only theater, but during a concert rehearsal, this, that, and the forth, vice versa. I was teaching them blocking, camera angles, and I was just directing from there. And the film was phenomenal. I cannot wait to release the film.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's super complicated. So I am from Venezuela in South America, and we have I don't know, have you heard something about Venezuela? But we call themselves like we have the best woman in the world because we have a lot of Miss Universes.
Yes.
And there is a big culture around Miss Universe in my country. So everyone knows about the event. Everyone is always talking about it, and so a lot of women go to these trainings even from a young age to start learning how to model. So it's nice that you're bringing this to the metaverse, right? There is a lot of people
Definitely.
the things going on right now, and you have like the biggest community event coming up.
hmm I do. I do. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of
It's a
time.
lot of work.
I took a break, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to push through and redo casting call. I know our new casting call date is on Monday or Tuesday, one of the
Yeah,
two, because Post Malone concert and Horizon kind of like deteriorated that, but it's fine. I'm not mad.
right. I heard that the Post Malone concert actually was like a kind of a fail because of the servers or something,
It
and it
was
didn't work as
yeah, the
expected.
servers kept crashing for one, and then two, it was really
Yeah,
a short concert because how I thought
got it.
with all the other Horizon concerts, I thought it was going
Yeah.
to be like an hour to 2 hours, but no, it just was a 20-minute concert.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I saw some
Um,
pictures of people doing like selfies with Post Malone
yeah, he
with
was
his
actually in
avatar.
my friend Tito and Takado's world, Paradise Beach Club. It was really cool.
Yeah, are you petting the drone, the bee drone?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking adding some like some cool behaviors here. You probably are also like a coder right now, right? Building all
Mm,
these scripts and creating worlds by this moment.
mm. For me,
How
I
has
don't
it been
really.
for you?
For
How has
me,
it been
building
the process of building things?
building things is a little tedious for me because my brain and my attention span don't stay that long for one build because I like
Okay,
doing other things and seeing my friends. I'm trying to
all
get
right.
more self-efficient and more lenient and more disciplined on building so I can actually finish a project in a timely manner without getting bored and getting distracted and then going to it and hate going to the build. You know, it's kind of one of those things where you just have to stay very dedicated and strong to it.
Yeah, and there's a lot that people can do. I've seen too many diverse worlds, and what I like about your event is that it's not being brought up by Meta. It was just your idea. You just wanted to do it because you just liked it, right? And you saw a lot of
Yeah.
opportunities to create things in the metaverse, and no one told you,
Hmm.
"Hey, Jay, you need to do this." It was just your idea, and that's great. I think that's
Literally,
how
yeah, it
all the nice
was.
project come to life, right?
Hmm. All my
So,
idea.
yeah, so I met you in this party, and how has it been for you? I think you're spending even more time than me right now in Horizon. How would you explain the people the difference between going into a real life event or going to like a VR event? Is it too
So
different?
it's so different because the VR events are more structured and more maintained. You know, you can, if someone's being disrespectful or disruptive, you can just like click on their name and just kick them out. But versus real life, where if like something escalated, you're going to call police and all this other stuff, security, and it's just a big mess. Yeah, I still separate my real life stuff, you know, like I still need a break from here from time to time. But once you start establishing a brand and a name for yourself, and people see your talent and your art, they're going to ask you a lot of things. And one of those things are, how much is this? And you're going to be like,
Hmm.
what? Like they're willing to support you financially. So what I tell people is don't, granted, me being biased a little bit, I did have a very rough start in Horizon, and then from there I cleaned up my act, and then that's when I started generating sales with my furniture collections. Now that I'm doing stage and production designs with Guard Mag, I'm also generating revenue from there. You can always come back clean slate, even though you did have a history. And I'm glad that people never really gave up on me, you know, because now that I'm making money in here, I have a full-time job in real life. So from there, I would go to work. I would take an hour nap or 2 hours, depending on how I feel from work. And then for the rest of the night until 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm on Horizon networking, making money, making sales, promoting my friends, supporting my friend's grand opening, interview after interview after interview, photo shoot, video shoots. Like I'm doing all these things that you would do in real life because in
Yeah.
Horizon, you're creating your own world. Because if I
Hmm.
were to do this in real life, it would be more exotic, like well, not exotic, but more chaotic
Yeah,
and more
for
draining.
sure.
But in here, it's more
Way
maintained
more
and I
expensive
can
also.
structure stuff and it's in that part too,
Yeah,
less expensive.
that's way less
So
expensive.
if
Yeah.
I did Fashion Week in real life, that's like $2.3 million right
That's fair.
there for
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
whole week. Versus
yeah.
in here when I can just go into a world, build the
Hmm.
stages, have my more controlled meetings, and then go from there and then create an event in the calendar. You know?
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Also, you're like pretty famous right now in Horizon. I was
Oh my
talking
god.
to some people. I was talking to some people about having you in my show, and they were like, "Oh, are you talking about Jayvanity?" I was like, "Yeah." It's nice. Some people know you. Yeah, they're getting
It's
out
okay. So
there.
with the whole famous thing, I would say I'm just an influencer. That's all I'm gonna label myself. The
All
whole
right.
celebrity thing in here is a whole different thing. What makes you famous in Horizon is if you work for Meta, or if you've done a project for Meta, or if you got a shout out from Mark Zuckerberg themselves. Shout out to Angel the artist. But anyway, it's one of those things where they know that you're there and your presence is known. Like for me, like my slogan is, hey, it's Jayvanity Upton, the only Upton in the metaverse. And it just stuck with people, you know? So then when people see
Right.
me, they're like, oh yeah, that's Vanity, the only Upton in the, you know? So it's a
Yeah.
carry on.
When
Word of
you pop
mouth
up to a
promoting
party,
yourself.
everyone is like, "Oh, you're here," and people start hugging you. I've seen
Especially when we were
that.
at Complex Creators World, right? Like
Yeah, we
when I
were at
walked into the room,
complex.
everyone's just like, oh, Vanity's here. You know, like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
that's
to
nice.
let first impressions are everything, and that's really key to me. Like, yeah, I messed up in the beginning of Horizon, but they still know I'm present, you know, and they know that I'm going to show support and love, even though I have a million things on my plate. I still make time for people that I support and that support me, and I show love to know that they are wanted and needed in Horizon.
You're definitely one of the first influencers of the metaverse so far. I mean, from what I know, I've heard about
Thank you.
some other names that around, but
Hmm.
I know you, so you're the coolest. Hey,
Thank
I have a
you.
question for you.
What's up?
So you've been working on this event, and you're saying that of course it's cheaper to create an event here in the metaverse and to know people to do the networking.
Hmm.
What happens if a big brand come to you like, hey, we noticed that you develop all this fashion event. We
Hmm.
are Balenciaga or Adidas or I don't know, some big brands, and
Hmm.
we want us to for and we want you to do something for us, and we are gonna pay a lot of money. How would you handle that? Because you don't have too many trained people. It's just you. You're just one man, one person army, right?
Actually, so like I said, Guard Mag is a publication, and what we do
Okay.
is we focus on editing photos. We do cover magazines, we do fashion films, we do photo shoots. But yes, I am the CEO. Yes, I direct everything, but I do have a team. So
Okay.
for one of our coordinators, our New York, our production set designer, Flex Ty, he works with me. And I work with him, vice versa. And then we have our promoter, which is New York and Terica. So it is a small group because that's what we like. Do we want to expand? Yes. But if Balenciaga, let's say Balenciaga came to me, I would pull the group chat together. And I'm like, hey guys, Balenciaga had me sign an NDA, but you are my team. And my also
Right.
saying is I don't let no artist go hungry. So if you know me, you know me. Like I pay for all the things that I have in Horizon, like all my custom work, all my art pieces, furniture. Like yes, I do. I buy furniture from other people, which is shocking. And
Mm-hmm.
all my clothing items I buy, or they just give for free because they know who I am, and it's like a again, a celebrity status or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
I respect who I work with and what I'm doing. So if, like I said, if Balenciaga comes to me on an NDA and they said, hey, is it just you or a team? I'm going to say a team. These are the people on my team. And we will go from there, split the costs. I'm
Right.
not going to take any more or any less. I'm literally going to split it fairly so all my team members can get their fair share of their hard work being a part of Guard Magazine's
Right.
Fashion Week, you know,
Yeah,
which
because
is
people
August 15th
may
through the
think,
21st.
yeah. When was again?
August 15th through the 21st in Horizon Worlds. You
Right.
heard it here,
Keep that in
folks.
mind. Yeah, keep it in mind. So yeah, I think like a lot of people think like this is like a game or it's fake, but
It's really
it's
not.
totally not. It's totally not.
It's
So
really not.
I totally see you not signing an NDA, just yay vanity, but signing an NDA for a company because you're probably these collaborators, they are actually putting work time and they are
Literally.
actually creating and you're probably going to be, or if you don't have it right now, this company actually set up in the US with the employers and people working. So it's for some people, it's still hard to understand because this
It
podcast is
is because the
not
thing
only meant
is
for
like,
people in Horizon. It's for everyone.
hmm
So I want people from outside Horizon to understand all the things that are going on here. And so it's nice to make them understand that it's not just like a game. It's just
it's
like
not.
another dimension of real life where we can
It really
connect.
is. So a perfect example, Be Aroma Scents. She does hair care products. She does beard items for men as well. So what she did was she put her LLC, I think she's an LLC, she put her
Yeah.
company in Horizon, right? So then when you
Mm,
go in and you go to up one of the products, it has her voice. verbally saying,
Nice.
if she's not in the world, that when you go up to the dot, it verbally tells you what the product
Hmm.
is and what's in it. So then she has her Cash App and all her things and her website on the back wall. So then you can go and order that way. So basically, if you come to Horizon, I think she said you get a discount if you find her work through Horizon, but if not, full price. But that's another marketing tactic, is bringing your real life business in here. But if they found your business through Horizon, give them like a small discount, because this is new to people, because they think it's a game, but it's
Right.
really not. Like my furniture collection, my digital furniture collection, mind you,
Yeah.
made $1,000 in sales.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Awesome.
because
Yeah.
because if you think about it, 3D animators get paid, right?
Yeah,
They get
that's
paid
work. Yeah,
for
that's definitely
Pixar
work.
and all this.
Yeah.
And for all the video games, people get paid.
Yeah.
This is, yes, I'm going to say it, this is a video game, but then there are the creators. See what I'm going
Right,
at? See
right.
where I'm going?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then, because right there, they're creating right in front of you, not behind the scenes taking months and years to develop. It's right there instantly. And that takes
Hmm.
time. So like I said, my schedule at work is I wake up at 6 in the morning, get off at 2 in the afternoon. And then I take an hour to 2 hour nap, so 3 or 4. I wake up and I spend the rest of my day. That's basically like 7 hours or more in Horizon building, dropping off
Right.
furniture, doing stages, promoting, hosting, DJing now. Shout out to Last Girl for helping me on my DJ. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's
Right.
so many avenues you can do in here. Like, hey, my world is slacking on traffic. Hey, I'm gonna slide you like 50. Come promote my world for me. Get people coming.
Got it.
Hey, I
Hmm.
need a live DJ. Here's 25 for like, such and such hours, or like a minute or so.
Yeah.
There's
You
ways
know
you can
something?
take meta.
Yeah. Yeah, you know something? Before jumping into Horizon, I was very into this like NFT kind of movement, but
Mm-hmm.
everything felt kind of sketchy, and everyone was just like trying to profit for selling some random generated images, and I didn't like it too
Yeah.
much. But when you come here, you don't feel like this is just like a shopping mall. You actually see something valuable, which is the interactions with people, and that is
Mm-hmm.
that is actually I think like the core value. Everything that is around it is cool, and you want to maybe buy better furniture for your spaces, but the
Mm-hmm.
social interaction you're having here in Horizon, I think that's
Definitely.
that's the game changing part, right?
It
You
really
going to a
is.
party, meet people, and doing the networking, for example, or making friends. I've met a lot of people here who are very nice friends with each other, and they don't know each other in real life. And it's nice to see all the opportunities and see people creating stuff for the world, right? Or creating events that are social
Mm-hmm.
events. If you see, like, the events are social because that's the
Very.
core foundation, right? To bring people together.
It is. It really is. And if you don't have any of that, or if you lack something, you're gonna miss something.
Yeah, yeah. So I've met you in this party. How has it been for you to meet people here? How's people in Horizon?
Yeah, you're gonna get your knuckleheads, obviously. Other than that, it's really good for me. You just have to know who to trust, for one, who are actually genuine, for two, and three, just know how to network and market yourself. You just have to really be careful and just be safe about it and really trust your gut. And if you don't know anything, or if you really want an item in Horizon, and you see other people having this item, or you just don't trust the creator, just pull a customer that went to that person aside and say, hey, is this person legit? Like, do they actually drop off their asset in a timely manner, or this, that, and the other fourth? Or actually talk to the creator yourself and actually own up to saying, hey, I'm a little nervous. Just walk me through your
Right.
process, because a lot of people, when they first met me, they were nervous, but then when they saw the quantity and the quality of what I was doing, they're like, oh yeah, Vanity knows her stuff. Like in real life, my undergrad is fashion marketing, prototyping, and merchandising. And with
Mm,
that, in merchandising and prototyping and all that stuff, you have to have deadlines. You have to have things done at a certain time because that's how you're going to get clients and that's how the money's going to come in and that's how you're going to understand Horizon. Yeah, people still think this is a game, but the people who think it's a game are the people who just world hop and just like the experience. So I leave those type of people alone. Do they stress me out when they talk in my world and try to bash me down? Yes, they do, but I'm still going to keep it cordial and
Okay.
polite and keep them in my world because then that's going to generate traffic.
Right, yeah, definitely. I've seen some people that sometimes just jump into worlds to troll people, but
Oh,
most of
Lord.
the time it's just adults just talking and sharing something that happened to them. I was in a social room and I met this guy and he was talking to me about that he just lose like 10 grands in a some kind of
In a
business
build.
he was working on.
Yeah.
No, but like it's something in real life, and he was
Oh,
super
no.
sad because he felt like he was ashamed for his family, and he was almost crying and talking to me, who was an stranger in this virtual reality
Well, if you
world,
realize
and it was nice.
Horizon, it creates a safe space for people, so
Yeah,
people just feel a little bit more at ease and vulnerable to just vent to a random human versus like if you did that at a bar or in person, people are going to be like, look at you like, what the heck, type of situation.
yeah,
But here it's no judgment because we're being another part of ourselves that we can't perceive in the real world, you know? And then with that, it's just crazy because I know this guy and he's a returning client. When I first met him, he was like, "Yeah, I've been duped out of $400, this, that, and the other. First, I just need dope furniture. Vanity, you are my last hope." And what did I do? I stepped
hmm
it up one. I let him purchase from me, and then I gave him some free stuff extra. So it shows that there are genuine and authentic people in here. And then ever since, he's just been a returning client. And those are the type of people that will help you generate your party and your revenue in real life and flow in
right,
that money. Because yes, Mark, if you really pay, oh, and here is the crazy thing too, for all the people who think this is a game, watch Mark Zuckerberg on Instagram and Facebook, because remember that day he did that keynote, he approved monetization in Horizon, and that also gave us all the access and leeway to make money in here. For all the people who think this is a
nice,
game, respectfully, check out Mark Zuckerberg's Instagram and Facebook because that is living proof of the CEO who bought this Oculus, now Meta, to say
yeah.
we can make money in here. So keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think it's great to give all these tools for the creators, right? Because that's how you bring people, because people want to
That's how
have
you bring,
money and have
yes. And
alternative
then
businesses,
if you haven't noticed, we
right?
developed before Mark even announced the monetization, we already had our own ecosystem developing, like you said earlier, the
Yeah,
VR
that's true.
Instagram, the VR Facebooks, the LLCs were developing for
Yeah,
Horizon
yeah,
Worlds. And then Mark Zuckerberg, seeing that we're generating money before he approved it, we already knew that we could make money. We didn't really need Mark Zuckerberg's approval, but for some consumers, they needed to hear it from him,
yeah, right.
but we already were making money way before that, which is good. He
Yeah,
just helped us. He
as
improved
a,
it.
as a software engineer, that's where you understand that you are building something because of a need. You have all these people that are telling you, hey, we are doing this no matter what. And as a software engineer, you can just build it and give them the opportunity to make them happen. Or
Yeah,
as a software engineer, you can just create random stuff that nobody cares, you know.
yeah,
But this is something that people were like, hey, we're doing this no matter what. So it's nice that it's
literally.
happening and you're getting the tools. Yeah, you're a
Definitely.
complete businesswoman here in the metaverse. Yeah, wearing
Trying.
my
I'm
show.
surrounding
Yeah.
myself by all these professionals. Shout out to Diavo. Diavo is another platform coming soon to the Oculus. Created by Matlow 3D, and he
hmm
asked me to be on his relations board. And from there, we built this beautiful team of amazing Horizon creators like me, him, Junya. We just added Flex. Cheeks. Cheeks is another girl that you need to keep under your belt because she is phenomenal with live
I've seen
streaming,
her on Instagram. Yeah,
promoting. Yeah, she's she just takes what you need and creates beautiful. Oh my god, I don't even have words for Cheeks. And then from Cheeks, we have Junya and Daydream Davy. And
Yeah.
that team, even though we don't have our team meetings, we still
Hmm.
check up on each other and show love and support. And from there, Matt Lowe also has another person, I think is his photographer. I can't remember what he is. I forgot. I think his name is Chris.
Hmm.
Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I think his name is Chris. And he also is on Matt's on the Diego team as well. So shout out to him. We don't I don't know him. I don't know if he's in Horizon yet, but it would be cool if he was. But other than that, we do have the meta side of the Diego team, and then we have the physical side of the Diego team, you know.
What else would you like to have as an event creator or community creator here
I know this is
in
said a
Horizon?
lot. I'm gonna always say it, capacity, because without capacity, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yesterday I
By
came up with
capacity,
this.
you mean like the amount of people in a room,
Correct. That plays a
right?
part as well. Capacity is and players, more block capacity, animations, the whole works. You know, that's really it. More
Yeah,
clothing.
because right now there's a limit, right, of around 40 people, 30 something
32. When you glitch
by
it, it's
instance.
32. Yeah.
Mm,
Per instance, yeah.
right,
So then once you
right.
hit, so let's say you open up a world and you glitch it to 32. There's 32
Mm,
people in that world for the people who don't know Horizon. Let's say there's 32 people in that world. What it does is Meta generates that same world, but empty. So then that creates a second instance and then it restarts over. Still player capacity 32, but new world. But you know what I mean. You get it.
yeah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be nice to have just more people joining the room so it feels like a full party that you can't even walk. That is a
Literally.
nice feeling, right? Like in real life.
Yes.
But that's gonna come with maybe better internet, or better capacity in the
What's
hardware.
boy? What's better than internet? We already have 5G. We already have
Yeah,
5G internet. What's next?
that's true.
7G?
Yeah, yeah. We have good internet. Also, we need to still release, for example, Horizon for Europe or Asia
Yeah.
or South America, right? Right
Yeah,
now
I
it's
know
restricted to,
if you look
yeah.
way back deep when Horizon first opened to UK, they also
Hmm.
released another poster of the Eiffel Tower. They released
Oh,
the
nice.
poster with some other little country, landmarks. So
Hmm.
I think we're going to be opening up more, but Paris is the one that I want them to open up next because oh my gosh, I was in an ASL class last night learning sign language in Horizon
Oh,
and this
nice.
guy
Wow.
who
In
was French
Horizon?
Canadian and Horizon. No, when you go in there, they make it work with the limited joints we have. They made it
Right.
work. It was
Did you
so
learn
cool.
something?
Yes, I did, and I forgot some of them because
Oh.
I was half tired. But
Okay,
this
yeah.
French
I think it's
Canadian
a
guy
nice
came
space to
in.
learn, right?
Literally, this French Canadian guy came in, and as we were signing and learning,
Yeah.
he was teaching us French and we were
All
teaching him
right.
sign language. So we were having like this dual class going on. So we would
Right.
sign to him and teach him sign language, say the word in English, but then he would translate it to French. And I'm like,
That's crazy.
this is phenomenal. And I spent like an hour in their max learning sign language and
Hmm.
French.
Yeah, I always thought that a really good business to have here in the metaverse could be
Mm-hmm.
if you go to any city, you're gonna see like 10 or 20 courses to learning a new language. But here in the metaverse
Literally.
is no, it doesn't exist. So you could be having sessions for people and charging them, and it feels more immersive, and people can understand more because they are gonna see your movements or your
Yeah,
facial expressions.
versus the class because if you go to class in
Yeah,
person, let's say you take a Spanish or French class in person, you spend $300 or so when you can make it even cheaper in here. And
that's
from
true.
there, when you're in person, it's more boring. But in
Yeah,
here,
and
it's a whole
here,
different learning curve and
yeah,
experience.
and here everyone is here spent 24/7. Like this doesn't close, because
Literally.
it's nighttime. You can hire teachers to be here in your company. to have different schedules, right? And from one time
Hmm.
to another, they are teaching Spanish, and you can just charge by any time that someone go to this room to talk in Spanish, for example. So
Exactly.
yeah, that could be a good opportunity. So if you're listening to that, you need to pay me something because that was my idea. My idea.
Yo, this scenery is so good. Did you do this?
Yeah. So this
Oh,
podcast
wow.
is meant to talk about like futuristic technology, but like
Hmm.
in a hopeful future, because there's a lot of people scared about technology. So hey, where you going?
Oh,
Stay here
oops.
where the camera sees you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you can see the scenery, it's a combination between technology and like nature. So that's
Hmm.
what I wanted to go for. And you can see the needle. I know we are kind of close. So that's the needle, and that
Yeah.
is Mount Rainier.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you really incorporated like Seattle in a sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are kind of in Seattle, meta Seattle.
That's cool. You got the police car in the background. You are so funny.
Yeah. I want to create some scripts like maybe a robot that comes here and talk to us or serve us some drinks.
Hmm.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, um, I think I don't have anything else to ask you. You wanna send a last invitation for your event in August?
Yeah. So, Horizon World, you guys, the first ever, never done before, curated and directed by Jayvanity, the first ever Metaverse Fashion Week starts August 15th through the 21st. 7 designers, a whole week of fashion, fun, music, press conference, red carpets, and after parties. You can follow me on IG at jvanityupton without the VR, jvanityupton on Instagram. That's really it. And just if you guys join Horizon, or if you guys buy an Oculus and join Horizon and you see me, myself, or him, just say hello. Just say hello and network. Build your business, build your brand, learn how to build or script, find your niche in here. And all we got to say is just have fun, be careful, and enjoy the metaverse.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Well, thank you for watching this episode of Solarpunk City, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. That was
Thank you
phenomenal.
very much.
That you
Yeah.
you're really
Yeah.
good at doing interviews.
Really? Because this is my
Yes,
third
that
ever.